that we have the opportunity to experience the journey of the cycles. But the cycles end. The cycles, let me finish.
A cycle will end, but it goes on to another cycle.
Let me put it this way. If we think about it in terms of golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age, those are separate ages within a massive cycle, for instance. Okay? But they're separate. There's an age. And when that age is over, you have another age. And then you have another age and another age, and it comes back around. So there are demarcations, okay? And it seems to me that if you think of it in terms of a purity, then you have the purity in the golden age, and that purity becomes more and more impure. So you come around through the copper age. And what age is this we're in now?
This is the Iron Age, Kali Yuga.
Iron Age or something like that, right?
Black Age.
Yeah. Okay.
Kali Yuga.
Okay. You know, you're coming through these levels of you've gotten terribly impure now. I mean, by the time you started with that divine substance that has now come through and become totally impure, it's going to have to come pure again. Because there's another age, and what age is going to come after the Iron Age is the Golden Age. The same cycle over and over and over again, if you're talking about forever. But that forever, within that forever, it seems to me, if you're going to have this continuous cycle, then it seems to me that you're going to have developments, you're going to have endings, and you're going to have time when time runs out.
Well, it's easy to, I mean, and I'm not suggesting we not think about it.
Very quickly.
Oh, another, okay.
There's 7 billion people in the world. As of, I think last week, 2 weeks ago, the 7th billion person was born. It's a lot of souls. Okay. It's a lot.
So
that's a lot of souls.
That comes into the question. You know what's the number? We don't know what the
number
number is.
Well, you don't know the number, but you're having a lot. Okay, and
they're limited.
More and more and more. So the souls are coming down from the soul world, and they're coming through this physical world, and the more that happens, and the more that happens, it means that to me, at some point, we don't know how many is left to come, but could there be an end to that?
Okay. It's a manvantara. You're talking about a manvantara.
Could there be an end to those monads?
Listen.
No.
Your question is multifaceted, and we can sit here for a whole hour and discuss it and not come to any conclusion.
Okay.
But to make it brief, we're in Kali Yuga, which is 420,000 years, 5,000 years of which ended in 1897, for which HPV was sent into the world to bring this knowledge back to us, to awaken us internally to our potentiality of perfectibility. The aim of each manvantara is to reach a level of development which is the highest for that period of time, which is allotted at the beginning. And it is stated that we are now in the 4th round, 5th subrace of the 5th root. There is 2 other subraces to come after us, and only in the next round, permeability is going to be our 5th sense, which is going to become fully developed and visible in the air, which is our astral body material. It's going to become visible. So, as you said, in each epoch, divisions are made, and in that division, whatever time is allotted, we develop a sense, a level of consciousness, a particular organ to use with that sense, so forth. Up to now, there have been 5 root races, and we have 5 senses. There will be 2 more. And it is stated in the secret doctrine that the highest sense is what? Perceiving unity. demarcations exist, but it doesn't mean that some part of the world is not in the golden age, and some other part in the silver age, and some other part in the copper age.
So it's not, it's
So
intermeshed.
We're all intermeshed as humanity, but we do not, all of the souls are not of equal duration in existence. Some of our brothers and sisters are younger souls, and hence you see this animalistic nature exhibiting itself because the soul hasn't had enough experience to get through that phase over again, for its higher aspirations and aspects to come forth. And so that is why it is said that those who know a little bit more have responsibility to teach those who know a little bit less. None of us are perfect. We are all on the same journey as souls. So humanity is really one brotherhood, and we cannot go anywhere without embracing the rest of us to come along. What would you do if you were just by yourself in some spot and you have reached perfectibility? Well, what would that mean? What about all the rest of humanity who's down here suffering? Don't we have an obligation to pull them along with us? So this is the key. They want us to wake up to our inner potentiality, which is divinity. We're divine human beings, even if we don't express it at this time. And that to cultivate the environment for that to become a reality, or for everyone on earth. And suppose in 40 years they say that the emissions have damaged our environment so badly that now the ice is melting. What is going to happen to us? No one seems to think that this is going to be a reality, but it will be a reality if we don't do something about it. And a lot of people are so skeptical. Here's Al Gore going around the world trying to educate the world leaders, and we have amongst our friends and family who say no such emergency exists. I'm thinking, what earth do you live in? Because I live here and I perceive this to be real. Why aren't you perceiving it? It just shows where the soul is. We're all different a little bit. But it is responsibility to wake the others up.
Well, thank you, everybody. Next week's presentation is on from the Book of Confidences on patience. So this student needs to tune in on that one. And for those tuning in on YouTube, we're at www.ultdc.org for more information. We meet every week